Who built the mighty Egyptian pyramids? And how did they manage to pull off such an extraordinary design at those times? Was it really made by aliens? What do archaeologists have to say about all this? If you have questions such as these roaming around inside your curious mind, then this video is the perfect place for you. And later on in this video, we will look at what Elon Musk claimed about how these great structures were really created. For over 4,500 years, the pyramids of Egypt have stood as wonders of the world. The facts are astonishing. The Great Pyramid alone weighs almost 6 million tons and is composed of over 2.3 million stone blocks. Throughout all this time, people have asked many curious questions related to these pyramids. How were they built? Who built them? Why were they built? And what mysteries still lie hidden somewhere within the pyramids? As 4 millennia and countless generations exist between us and the men who carved the pyramids, we are still looking for these answers. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, is the oldest and biggest of the 3 pyramids in the Giza necropolis, adjoining what is now El Giza, Egypt. These pyramids at Giza are vast tombs where historical queens and pharaohs were laid to rest. Hence, these structures hold heritage values too. It is the most aged structure among the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the only one that continues to be predominantly unharmed. Some of the casing stones that once wrapped the structure can still be recognized around the base. There have been fluctuating scientific and alternative beliefs about the Great Pyramid's construction techniques. Most established construction hypotheses are based on the notion that they were built by pushing huge stones from a quarry, then dragging and lifting the blocks into place. But how did ancient Egyptians manage to maneuver 2.5-ton blocks to such a tremendous height without a crane or use of the block and tackle system? This question has been a challenging one to answer, and it remains a paradox to modern archaeologists. Looking at the vast size of these structures, it's clear that it must have taken thousands of people, putting in a great amount of labor and time to make it possible. The very same thinking has led to the most widespread myth about the pyramids, which is that these pyramids were built by slaves. However, after years of this ongoing false notion, the discovery of the tombs of the pyramid builders verify that they were built by Egyptians and not slaves. Recent archaeological information also implies that they were, instead, assembled by paid workers. They said people may have performed this work as a form of tax payment for many months of the year. It was stated that approximately 10,000 to 20,000 people worked on the pyramid at any given point in time. They were well nurtured and provided with shelter near the pyramids. Also, their burial sites were close to the pyramids, indicating they were honored and not slaves. There are other points of view which deny the possibility of Egyptians building these monuments. They claim that they were not equipped or skilled enough during these times to build such enormous structures. According to those, Egyptians could not build the pyramids on their own, and they must have acquired some assistance from some other, more advanced civilizations. Many researchers are convinced by the statement, as the Great Pyramid of Cheops is full of mathematical understanding that people in the West learned thousands of years later, unless they failed to pass their skills on. Also, they say it is tough to build a structure that looks like a hologram in the right lighting from above when they could not regulate it. Another argument states that the biggest rocks are about 70 tons, and even in today's world, they would be difficult to move with manpower alone. If every worker can pull 50 kilograms, they would need at least 1,400 workers to move this single stone. We also must consider the fact that the Iron Age began 1,000 years after the Great Pyramids were finished. Cutting granite is extremely hard now, and during this time, even more so, hence making all of us a little skeptical. Apart from these reasons, the structural detailing of the pyramids also supports the argument. The Great Pyramid is a complex piece of architecture made up of millions of precisely and accurately carved stones, weighing at least 2 tons each. Even with today's cranes and other construction equipment, building a pyramid as huge as Pharaoh Khufu would be a difficult task to fulfill. And then there is the astronomical configuration of the pyramids, which is said to align with the stars in Orion's belt. As well, alien theorists often point to the fact that these 3 pyramids are in much better shape than others that were built centuries later, Never mind the amount of work that's gone into preserving them over the past several centuries. It is facts like these that make this riddle even more difficult to solve. So how, exactly, did the Egyptians build these things? And if they didn't do it, then who did? Were these pyramids actually built by aliens? Well, the richest man on Earth, Elon Musk, believes this to be true, as he recently claimed that the pyramids in Egypt were built by aliens. The conspiracy statement finds itself a lot of traction on social media from time to time, believing that, besides building the pyramids, aliens may have used it to collect energy from the planet. However, Egypt's International Cooperation Minister, Rania al-Mashat, recently hit out at Musk and invited him to visit the pyramids. The minister claimed that the tombs of pyramid builders discovered in the 1990s proved that the structures were put in place by ancient Egyptians. In another response, an archaeologist, Zahi Hawass, claimed that Musk was hallucinating and that this argument bore no evidence. This debate has yet to be settled, and we do not have a single convincing answer to the question. But what we can say for sure is that these pyramids are one of the most extraordinary architectural creations of all time and will remain a subject of curiosity. So that was today's video, guys. Please give this video a like and let us know in the comments section what you believe is the truth to how the Great Pyramids were created. Thanks a ton for watching. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned as we bring more intriguing content to your screens.